built by King Solomon in 970 BC, and it was destroyed by Nebuchadnezzar and the Babylonians in 586 BC. And about 70 years later, 3 waves of returnees, Zerubbabel, Ezra, Nehemiah, returned, rebuilt the temple. But in about 20 BC, it was flattened and rebuilt by King Herod the Great. It was about twice the height that it is there now. Remember, that's Mount Moriah. Remember, it's Mount Zion.
Right.
Jesus went up there a number of times.
So where's the Holy Church of the Sepulchre?
The Holy Church of Sepulchre, look where the Golden Dome is, the very tip.
Yeah.
Go to the left and slightly up on an angle, you'll see 2 gray domes. That's the Church of the Holy Sepulchre.
Okay.
We see the city of David.
The city of David is down here. Look where, see that green bus
This is
coming
the
down
Mount
that
Olives
road?
here?
Yeah.
Okay. That green bus, it's look to the left of that bus right now. And you see those buildings with the blue door, keep going down left, keep going, keep going, keep going. And you'll see at the end of that last house, you'll see like a brick wall coming down. That's the center of the city of David. That's where David captured the stronghold of Zion from the Jebusites. That golden dome, by the way, the Muslims believe that's where Muhammad ascended up into the heavens.
You go to the right. Go to the right on the ground, same level as the dome.
Yes.
There's a bunch of arches. There's 4 arches and 3 arches.
Yeah, that's on the Temple Mount. That's just from a different time period of Muslim history.
Okay.
Muslims have basically been in the Holy Land here for about 1,400 years,
Gotcha.
minus 200 years for when the Crusaders dominated in this area.
They have a pork barbecue inside there.
You might know some of the people if you know names like Menachem Begin.
Yep.
He was our prime minister. A man called Robert
I don't know if
Maxwell.
you make any money
He
or
was
not.
a famous wealthy Englishman who owned a lot of newspaper companies.
Probably got a 2 or 3 pigs in a thing.
Schindler's buried not here, but in that
Yeah,
direction
please.
over there. We'll drive past his grave. Do you remember the verse in the New Testament? After the resurrection, there was an earthquake, and many tombs were opened, and many righteous people were seen walking.
These here?
I believe it must have been somewhere in this area. Yeah.
You look at all the graves.
Now you'll notice there's a niche in the tombs. What is that niche? It's twofold. One, people put a candle in there, but there's something more important. According to Judaism, the spirit of a person's body departs on the 4th day. And that niche is there to help that happen. Now, what am I referring to? Now, in this direction behind you, about a quarter of a mile, is the ancient village of Bethany. What happened to Bethany? The story of Lazarus. Remember what Mary and Martha said, Lord, if you'd been here, this wouldn't have happened. And furthermore, it's the 4th day. See, Jesus deliberately waited until the spirit departed from the body. He wanted them to know that Lazarus was dead. Now, on one hand, he wept. On the other hand, you know what he said? He said, Lazarus is dead, and I am glad for your sake that I was not here. Why? Because they would soon see the glory of the Lord. And then he said, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he die, yet shall he live, and whosoever believeth in me shall never die. Of course, he didn't say it in the King James language.
Right.
But then he said, Lazarus, come forth. In Hebrew, it's Elazar, from the word Ezra, which means help. El-Azar, which means El, God is my help.
How do you say come forth?